Hi guys, so this is my second video in my foundation series and it's all about different ways you can actually apply foundation. There are so many brushes and tools and sponges and all kinds of ways you can apply foundation. It can get a little bit confusing, so I thought I would just show you a couple of ways. I guess the main thing to remember is there is no right way of how to apply foundation for you. There is no right way, there is no wrong way. It really is trial and error. Some foundations are best used, applied a certain way, and others are best applied a different way. So as you get to know foundations and as you get to buy foundations and try out different brands and different types of foundation, whether it be powder, liquid or creams or anything like that, you'll learn a different way to apply that particular foundation. So it really is trial and error. I hope you find this interesting. Like I said, just play around. If you have one foundation, try, and you have different brushes, try using different brushes and using different application methods for that one foundation. You might find one that really does give that perfect look. If you'd like to see 5 different ways of how to apply foundation, then keep watching. With a cleansed face, it's time to apply a primer. I'm using Embryolisse Moisturiser, and primer is important, so not only does it sort of help smooth out your skin, it might go over any fine lines or wrinkles. Some of them can be oil controlled as well, but most of all it just helps your foundation stay on longer. Okay, so the first foundation we're going to apply is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum, and we're going to be using this with our hands. So just applying a couple of pumps of the foundation to the back of your hand. Using your fingers, just apply a few dots of foundation, basing this around the center of your face. That way, as you are spreading out the foundation with your hands, it just doesn't look so cakey and it's more blended out towards the outside of your face. Now just using your hands in circular motions, just applying the foundation to the skin where you need it. Foundation is good to use with your hands because some foundations really need the warmth of your hands to melt the product so it blends really easily onto your skin. It's also a really easy way to apply foundation and you don't need any tools to do it. Just keep blending away with your foundation until you get the right coverage that you're after and you are finished. The next brush we're going to be using is going to be the stippling brush or a Duo Fibre Brush. The one on the right is the MAC 187. As you can see, it's got short black bristles and long white bristles. And the brush on the left is the Real Techniques Stippling Brush. The bristles are a lot shorter, and as you can see, the MAC brush is also a lot bigger. The foundation we're going to be applying is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Foundation. And as in the other video, you just apply a couple of pumps to the back of your hand. Now using your fingers to apply the foundation to your face, again focusing on the center of your face so it's easier to blend out. Now using the stippling brush, use small circular motions to blend in this foundation over your face. Because this brush has got really sparse bristles, it will give a very sheer coverage of foundation. This method of applying foundation with this brush can give your skin a bit of a micro exfoliation using the circular motions. So if your skin tends to be really dry and dehydrated, I might actually avoid this application method just so it doesn't make your skin look more dry and flaky towards the end of the day. I'm now going to go in with the Real Techniques Stippling Brush. Because this brush is a lot smaller, it's actually a lot easier to get into the under eye area, and because the bristles are a little bit closer together, it can just give a little bit more coverage. If there's any areas on your face that need a little bit more coverage, using what's left on the back of your hand, dab the brush into it and then stipple it on your face using a pressing motion. This will help give those areas a bit of extra coverage without making your face look too cakey. Don't forget to blend your foundation into your hairline as well as your ears and even the back of your ears if you're going to be wearing your hair up. And that's applying foundation with the stippling brush. The next way to apply foundation is using a flat foundation brush. As you can see, they come in different shapes and different sizes. You've got some rounded ones and you've got some angled ones. They're all flat brushes made of synthetic so that they don't soak up too much of your product and they don't damage the brush. This foundation we're going to be using is the L'Oreal Lumi Magique Foundation. As usual, just put a couple of pumps of the foundation on the back of your hand, Then dab the foundation brush into the foundation and just start applying it to your face, starting with the center of your face again and working out. One problem you can find when applying your foundation with the flat foundation brush is sometimes it can leave your face looking slightly streaky. Essentially, you are using a paintbrush to apply your foundation. To avoid this, make sure that you use different directional strokes while applying the foundation. Another way to avoid a streaky look is to be using your brush in a patting motion, as you can see here. This should sort of blend out the lines and not leave your face looking streaky. When I finished using my foundation brush, I always go over with my hands and just sort of with a pushing motion, just push my hands on my face. This just helps blend your foundation once more and also removes any potential streaks that the foundation brush may have left. And that's applying foundation with a flat foundation brush. The next method to apply foundation is using either a stippling or a buffing brush or a Kabuki brush. As you can see, these bristles are a lot shorter and there is a lot more bristles packed in, so it gives a much denser brush. This will give a much fuller coverage as compared to your stippling brush or your Duo Fibre Brush. The foundation that I'll be applying with this brush is the MAC Face and Body Foundation. This is a fantastic lightweight sheer foundation that is great for everyday use. You do have to remember, however, to shake the bottle really well before you use it. Applying the foundation to the back of the hand, using your stippling brush, just dab it into the foundation and start buffing it onto your skin, again using circular motions. As you can see, this is a really sheer and lightweight, light coverage foundation. They do say that if you keep buffing this foundation into the skin, the coverage actually builds as you go along, which is why I chose to use a Kabuki brush to do this, because it really does help buff that foundation into the skin to build up the coverage. Again, with this foundation, when I finish with the brush, I do like to just use my hands to pat it onto my skin. It just gives it a much more blended look. And the last method I'm going to be showing you is the Beauty Blender. It's an egg-shaped facial sponge that you use wet. It's really dense and it's a really nice sponge and gives a flawless finish to any foundation. And the foundation I'm going to be using is going to be my favourite one, Makeup Forever HD Foundation. Again, just apply a couple of drops of the foundation to the back of your hand and then with your fingers apply it to your face, focusing on the middle of your face. Once that's done, grab your Beauty Blender, making sure it is wet, and just use bouncing motions with the blender on your face, and this really helps spread out the foundation. You can use patting bouncing motions, or you can just sort of push it on your face and roll it off, as you can see I'm doing here. Don't forget to roll it into your hairline just to make it blend really nicely there. To get to the smaller areas around your face, like around your eyes, turn the Beauty Blender over and use the smaller side, and this really fits into your eye socket really well. This is a fantastic method to also blend out under eye concealer. And that is how you use a Beauty Blender. So that is it. That is the 5 ways to apply foundation. I hope you found it interesting. I hope there was something there that you could take away. I hope that you saw a different way that you haven't tried applying your foundation before and thought you might give that one a go. So yeah, if you do try any of these ways and you like them, just let me know how you go. I'd really be interested. If you have any comments or questions, leave it in the comments bar below and I will get back to you. In the description bar below, I'm actually going to list all the brushes that I showed you. I know I didn't use all of them. And I'm also going to put a link below to my Facebook page, Twitter and my blog. So head on over and check that out. You can head over to my Facebook page, like my page and start commenting and all that stuff. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you'd like to see more of my video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!